Morning, this is Mark with Spagabra Backpacking, and today I thought I would take a few minutes and show you guys how I make a Foster's pot. So you want the big, what is this, 25.4 ounce, the big Foster's beer can. You want to make sure that you don't open it up because you're going to use the top as a lid. There's a couple different ways you can get the top off. You can use one of those safety can openers. I don't happen to have one that will fit on here because the normal one won't work because of this lip on the side, so you have to do some trimming to get it to work. Or what you can do is take a utility knife like I've got here and go just below the lip and just run it around a bunch of times. You probably get 30 to 50 times around, and you've scored it enough that you can start to peel it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing that until it's close, and then I'll bring you guys back on and show you. Alright, so I got the top off of the can, but just a word of warning to anyone who's doing this. The can is full and it's under pressure, so when you're scoring that, make sure you're either doing it outside or somewhere where it's okay if you get some beer all over the place. Well, the other times I've done it, I've scored it till it was deep enough and then made a puncture, drained it, and then just peeled the top off. Well, today it exploded off and beer got everywhere. So yeah, the entire top just popped off, but it's off. So now, next I've gone ahead and put a line here about an inch down, and that'll be the top. So I'm going to cut that. Okay, so I went ahead and scored the can. What I did was I used the utility knife, found something stable to put it on, and scored it all the way around. And then once it was scored, I just along the line put a little tiny hole. And now what I'll do is just kind of go around and just push in on the can, and it'll just cut along the score. So you can see how easy it just kind of peels apart. You can take it off. Now you can make the pot as big as you want. Easiest way to do it is to measure out how much fluid you want it to hold. I've got a water bottle here that's 16.9. So I want it to be at least 2 cups. So I'll pour that in. Mark where that water comes to, and then that's where I want it. So I'll mark that and cut. Alright, I've trimmed the can itself. I took about, I don't know, ½ inch off. And so now I have to put this piece down over that. In order to get this piece stretched out so that it fits over that, you can use a cat food can. Probably works better if you oil it up a little bit and then set it down over. And because of the rolled edge there on the bottom of the can, you can actually push it down over, and it'll stretch out the metal enough that it'll fit down over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch that out, and then once it's stretched out, I will put it on here and show you what the finished product there looks like. Alright. Okay, so now I've taken that top piece that I had cut, I expanded it a little bit using the tuna fish can or the cat food can, placed it over, pressed it down, and then what I did was I put the lid on, turned it over, and just kind of lightly tapped it until it seated itself down in. Now if you look inside, you can see that I've got it almost all the way up to the lip at the top. And what that does is it actually it works to give you a good measuring reference. So I know that I poured 16.9 ounces, so pretty much 17 ounces up to the line. So just a little ways below the line is 2 cups. So I could actually pour 2 cups in there, see exactly where that ends up being, and use that as my reference for making 2 cups. So right here, we have pretty much the finished can, the finished pot. Do want to do one more thing and bend this up so that we have something to grab this from, so that it can come off and go back on. And then you've got a pretty good pot. You can do some wicking around the edge, or you could put like a silicone band. That's what I like to do, is put like one of those silicone wristbands right around where this seam is, just so that there's no sharp edges there, and it covers it up, and it's a good spot to grab it and to get it off the fire. And you pair this with the little soda can stove that I make, and you've got a really lightweight cook pot option. So let me get this finished up, show you what I got. Okay, so I folded that up, so now you've got a nice little grabber, grab a hold of. And the way that I did it was I held this down, got my scissors underneath there, and just kind of bent it up. You can use a screwdriver or anything else that you can slip under there. So, you know, we went from a can that was about this high down to this. 2 cups of water, easily boiled in this. Set it on top of that little stove that I've made. You've got yourself a really, really lightweight cook set there that does, you know, more than the 1 cup that I normally do. So this will work. So here you go. You pair these two together. You've got the Foster's pot, the Starbucks espresso can stove, seat together really well. You know, and you've got yourself a good, homemade, cheap, easy, lightweight cook set. Pretty much all you need.